Morning. So it is Sunday the 6th of March, 7:15 in the morning, and we have a lower body session on the agenda today. So normally when I train in the morning, which is only once a week right now, I train completely fasted. Immediately upon waking, I consume 1 litre of water, just to hydrate myself, because I've been sleeping for a few hours, and just to flush out my system, flush out any toxins that might be in my system. So I'm going to drink this monster, get myself freshened up, ready to go, and we'll be on our way to the gym. Let's get it. Okay, so I'm on my way to the gym. I actually find the drive to the gym quite therapeutic at times. It gives me a chance to get my mind right. And I thought I'd just talk about quickly my mindset going into these sessions. I'm one of those people, when I go into the gym, I can't really sit down and talk to people about how my week was, how my day was. It kind of just takes me out of it. I'm all about getting in there and getting straight to work. I'll happily have those conversations afterwards, but when it comes to lower body days, especially lower body days, the focus needs to be there because, I need to hit those numbers. A lot of people have said, no, I take it too seriously, but to be fair, they don't look like me. And they haven't been progressing like me, so take from that what you will. So we'll get to the gym, do some stretching, do some warm-ups, and get straight into the work. Let's get it. Okay, so we're starting with the safety bar squats. I've really found my groove with these last few training blocks. Really starting to enjoy these. There's three major things I do to kind of make this as quad dominant as possible. So the first thing is I try and move the mat as close to the squat rack as possible to have my heels elevated. I then take a shoulder width stance. I feel like the wider you go, less range of motion you get, and you just involve more glutes and hamstrings. So a shoulder width stance. And I like to have my toes slightly pointed outwards as well. I find when your toes are pointed straight ahead and the weight gets heavy, your knees tend to cave in. So this is more from like a stability standpoint as well. So progression wise, we're doing really well on these. I hit this for 112 kilos for 8 reps on my top set. Last week I did 110 kilos, so a 2 kilo increase from last week. So we're micro loading here. It's a marathon, not a sprint. Now I'm actively trying to make progress on my back off sets as well. It's not only just about the top sets. So here I'm hitting 95 kilos for 15 reps. 2 weeks ago I did 95 kilos for 12. A week ago I did 95 kilos for 13. So we've got some good progression here. My back off sets can be anywhere between 12 to 15 to even 20 reps if I'm feeling a bit crazy. But I make it my mission to get stronger in the higher rep ranges as well. I think that's very, very important. These last few reps on the back off set are always a killer. Always feels like I've done like a 10-mile run afterwards, but I find just combining heavier low rep sets with high rep sets really gives me the results I need. Then I move on to the pivot leg press. Been really enjoying this movement. Had this exercise in the rotation for the last couple of weeks now. The thing about this leg press, the way it's designed and the way the weight is distributed, is that once you rest at the top, it makes the weight feel like twice as heavy. So try and keep continuous reps on here. Try and keep the tension on there all the time without locking out. Just a couple of tips and when trying to engage the quads on the leg press. I like to keep a shoulder width stance. I feel like the wider you go, the less range of motion you get, like the squat, and you just involve more glutes and hamstrings. One of the main things as well I've learned is keeping my stance as low on the platform as I comfortably can. I feel like the higher you go on the platform, it's more just no glutes and hamstrings. And I feel just having a narrow stance, lower feet on the platform, I can get a really, really, really good range of motion and really just hammer those quads. So 2 working sets again for this movement as well. So my first working set I did 7 plates aside for 12. In my back off set, which you're watching right now, I did 5 plates aside for 16. There's something about this movement, along with the pendulum leg press, it just puts a different type of stress on the quads, and I feel like you really feel that from the first set. Nothing against like the regular 45-degree leg press, but I just feel like I said, the pendulum and the pivot leg press, it's just when you start that first rep, you just feel that kind of tension in the quads, and it's just really, really, really good. Like I said before, because of the way this machine is designed and the weight it's distributed, I try and keep constant tension on the quads. With the back off sets and lighter weight, it is a bit easier to do that. But like I said, once I finish this back off set, once the set is done, my quads are on absolute fire. Just testament to this machine. Love it, absolutely love it. So then we move on to the trusty hack squat machine. I've had these in my routine since I can remember. I honestly feel like hack squats have been the biggest kind of factor in me growing my quads. It's just a movement I've just gel really well with, and it just feels really good for my structure. So we do 2 sets here. Right now in my routine, I'm doing paused hack squats at the moment, which is basically just pausing at the bottom of the movement for 1 or 2 seconds, then exploding up. So there's 2 reasons why I do pause hack squats. The first reason is it works on my depth. I feel like when you pause in that pause position, you really have to just sit in that hole for 1 or 2 seconds. And the second reason is that it works on my explosiveness. On the way up, you're just pushing up from a dead stop. A lot of people that kind of hack squat heavy weight do go below depth, but they seem to kind of bash the kind of machine at the bottom of the sled. It's almost like a way of cheating, you're using momentum off the machine itself. So with the pause hack squat, I'm forced to really sit in that hole for a while, and I'm not pushing off anything. I'm just using pure leg drive to get back up to the top. And that's why I really enjoy pause hack squats. And I feel like doing these can actually help just improve conventional hack squats in general. So I'll be keeping these in the rotation for a while. They're really, really good. I'm really, really enjoying them. So as you can see on my top sets and my back off sets, I'm not using that much weight. Bear in mind I've done heavy safety bar squats, heavy leg presses. At this moment in the workout, my quads are absolutely fried. But that's okay, that's a good thing. I always say it's good when you can get a lot of work out of not using that much weight, especially with things like the hack squat, which does put a lot of pressure on the knees. I've been in this gym game a long time. I've seen guys snap their knees in half using like 7 plates a side on the hack squat. So no, this is good for me. This is really good for me. Like I've always said, don't worry about what everyone else is lifting in the gym. Sure, there's guys hack squatting 5 plates a side, but just worry about yourself. You lift the weights that are relative to your body weight and your structure. As long as you're putting that intensity in and making an active effort to improve, then that's all that matters really. Forget everybody else. So now we move on to the final exercise of the session, which is leg extensions. Fun fact actually, during my competing years, which was 2013, 14, 15, apart from warm-ups, I never did like a single working heavy set of leg extensions. It's weird, I just never saw them as like a mass building exercise. I saw them as just an isolation detail exercise. I just focused on my squats, my hack squats and my leg presses. So for the last few years now, I've actually had leg extensions as like a actual exercise in my routine now. And I've seen some great results. I still think some people kind of overuse the exercise. Yeah, it's true. It's the only exercise you can do which can flex the quad at the knee joint. But I just feel like some people just overuse it and just do more extensions than anything else. I've always said, extensions in conjunction with a compound exercise is probably your best bet for quad development. I favour unilateral extensions just because it allows me to focus on one leg at each time. And I've actually found that when I'm focusing on one leg at a time, I'm actually getting better contractions as well. Also, over the years, I've had a bit of an imbalance where my right leg is slightly bigger than my left leg. So this movement has definitely allowed me to iron that out as well. Okay, so I've just finished that leg workout. It was really, really good. I just want to talk quickly about a couple of things. I like having these talks after the gym, so I just feel like my mind is really clear after I train. I don't know about you lot, but I just feel my mind just feels free after I train. I just want to talk quickly about taking responsibility for your own progress. There's a lot of influencers out there, there's a lot of big Instagrammers out there that will say, just go to the gym, just turn up, you'll be fine, Put some work in, you'll see the results after a while. I feel like when you're in the gym, in order to progress, you need to make an active effort to actually progress and get better. And I feel like that's where a lot of people fail. Sometimes you've got to break things down systematically and look at the data and analyze it yourself. Look at your rest and sleep. Are you getting enough sleep? Are you getting enough rest to recover and hit these workouts hard? Look at your workouts. Are you trying to get better each workout? Are you training hard enough? Are you trying to progress each single workout? Look at your nutrition. Are you consuming enough protein to build muscle? Are you consuming enough carbohydrates and fats for energy during your workouts, which is optimal, performance during the day? These are the things you need to look at in order to improve. Just a little background on my week. I normally work 6 days a week. I'm up at 4:30 a.m. every single day. A physical job. I'm on my feet all day. I could say to myself on a Saturday evening, you know what, I work 6 days a week. I'm gonna take it easy on leg tomorrow. I could say that to myself every single week. But where would that get me? Or I could tell myself, you know what, I've had a long week. I'll come home, rest, get my meals in, have a good night's sleep, and attack tomorrow's session. Because I want really good legs, I want to improve, that's what I'm gonna do. A lot of it starts in the mind. You really have to really want it. So I'll say it again, change your mindset, take control, and take responsibility for your own progress. Comment down below, like the video, it'd be greatly appreciated. If you haven't already, subscribe with notifications on. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.